friends. This is George Chesnut at the console of the organ of St. Peter and St. Paul Episcopal Church. In this video, we will be investigating the hymns used on Sunday, September the 27th. We will begin on that date with number 343, Shepherd of Souls, Refresh and Bless. Part of this text is of unknown authorship, with no other information available about it. The later two verses were written by James Montgomery, who was born in Ayrshire, Scotland in 1771 and died in Sheffield, England in 1854. He was raised in the Moravian faith and was the son of Moravian missionaries who died in the mission field in the West Indies. Montgomery was active in social justice causes of his day, being an ardent opponent of slavery, lotteries, and the deplorable conditions endured by boy chimney sweeps. Many critics regard his hymn texts to be equal in quality to those of Isaac Watts or Charles Wesley, which is high praise indeed. The tune to which these words are sung is called St. Agnes and was composed by the Englishman John Bacchus Dykes, who lived from 1823 to 1876. Dykes began his first position as a church organist when he was only 10 years old. He was educated at St. Catherine College of Cambridge University and was ordained in the Church of England in 1847. In 1849, Dykes became the choir director of Durham Cathedral and instituted several reforms which greatly improved the quality of Durham's choral program. His churchmanship was influenced by the Oxford movement, which was in full swing during his lifetime. A number of his hymn tunes are still in common use today and are regarded as among the best examples of Victorian hymnody. Among the familiar ones is his tune Melita, to which is sung the United States Navy hymn, Eternal Father, Strong to Save. The sequence hymn on the 27th of September is number 686, the greatly beloved, Come Thou Fount of Every Blessing. This familiar and beloved hymn text was written by Robert Robinson, an Englishman who lived from 1735 to 1790. In his late teenage years, he was apprenticed to a barber in London in the expectation of taking up that trade. But at the age of 20, he attended an open-air gathering at which the renowned Methodist evangelist George Whitefield was preaching. Robinson experienced a conversion and eventually became a clergyman of the Baptist faith. It is noteworthy that he was only 21 years old when he wrote the text, To come thou fount of every blessing. Generations of Christian people, striving to be faithful disciples of Christ, have loved this hymn for these moving words. Oh, to grace how great a debtor daily I'm constrained to be. Let thy goodness like a fetter bind my wandering heart to thee. The tune to which Come Thou Fount is usually sung is called Nettleton, and it is not known who composed it. It first appeared in John Wyeth's Repository of Sacred Music in 1813, with no composer's name given. It very well may be a folk tune of unknown origin. The closing hymn in the liturgy for Sunday the 27th will be number 477, All Praise to Thee, for Thou, O King Divine. This text was written by the American Episcopal priest Francis Bland Tucker, who lived from 1895 to 1984. He was born into a family which produced several Episcopal priests and bishops. His elder brother, Henry St. George Tucker, became the 19th presiding bishop of the Episcopal Church. Bland Tucker's mother, Anna Maria Washington, was a collateral descendant of George Washington and was one of the last children born at the Mount Vernon estate of the Washington family before it became a museum. Father Bland Tucker served on the commissions which produced both the hymnal 1940 and the current hymnal 1982, and also served as a theological advisor to the commission which produced the current 1979 Book of Common Prayer. At various times during his career, Father Tucker was the rector of St. John's Church in Washington, D.C., and of Christ Church in Savannah, Georgia, which generations earlier had been the parish served by John Wesley. The soaring tune to which all praise to thee is sung is called Engelberg and was composed by Charles Villiers Stanford, who was educated at Queen's College of Cambridge University and also studied in Leipzig and Berlin in Germany. Stanford, who lived from 1852 to 1924, is one of the most renowned British musicians of the late 19th and early 20th centuries. He was a professor of music at both the Royal College of Music and at Cambridge University, and his students included such luminaries as Ralph Vaughan Williams and Gustav Holst. Stanford was knighted in 1902 by King Edward VII and thus became Sir Charles Villiers Stanford. Thank you for tuning in, and I hope everyone has a wonderful week.